All right, reefers, it is a cold day up here in Pennsylvania, but we've made our way to Ecotech Marine, AI, Neptune, and Hello Reef's facility. I cannot wait to take a full tour with Cade and check in with Jay as well. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and head inside and see what they got. All right, reefers, we've made our way here to Ecotech, Neptune, AI, all of their manufacturing facilities. I'm here with Cade.
Awesome,
Cade,
Blaine.
thank you so much for having us here.
Glad you finally made it.
I know, it's good to be here. The tank's gonna be amazing. I know we did a little walkthrough of the facility already, but I can't wait to show everybody a little bit of sneak peek and behind the scenes of all those amazing lights, pumps, and all the things you guys create here at the facility. So we're gonna do a little tour, check out some of the setup, the manufacturing and all that good stuff. I know you guys got office space, all kinds of things here, but let's go ahead and jump into it.
Let's do it.
Sweet,
I
let's
mean,
go.
right here, we are in our lobby. We have all of our tanks here. When people walk in, they're gonna see everything right away. So it's pretty exciting. Got the massive tank. Is working on a little bit. You see a little bit of algae, but we're getting that tuned in. Feel like it's not a real reef tank without some.
For sure. You go through your woes, right? You
Always.
Nothing can be perfect, right?
Always.
Really excited about doing this tour. We're gonna go and dive right into it. Let's go check out the first spot where we're gonna head.
Yeah, awesome.
Let's do it.
We are heading here from the lobby. We're gonna go into SMT, which I think is probably the coolest of rooms. This is where all the magic happens. So in here,
look at this place is crazy.
Yeah, it is awesome. This is where all the drivers, clusters, everything is made and manufactured.
Okay.
So it's going to be, like I said, where all the magic happens. You see here on the left, blade clusters, you got the driver board, Nero drivers, you got the Hydras, Ecotech boards, Prime chips. You basically got everything here. So, and these are all the machineries that picks them and places them.
So you guys sitting at home watching this, I mean, you guys get the end product, right? I mean, you're sitting there at home, they end up getting their lights. They don't even really understand the process that gets to making these things happen. And it's actually really cool. You know, I think something that people don't really appreciate enough from you guys is that you're manufacturing them here in the States.
We are designed here, manufactured. Exactly. We do everything here in-house in this facility, and we have since the beginning of time. Ecotech historically has always done manufacturing all the boards, so it makes sense. Our facility is set up, so we do AI here, we do Neptune here, we do Ecotech here. We make sure that everything is made to our standards.
For sure, it's nice to have a hub with all those groups together, making it a little bit easier for you guys on the customer service level, things like that. It's really amazing though. I mean, so looking over here at these machines, what exactly is happening on these?
Basically what is happening here is the boards are entering in here. This is the thermal paste machine. It is going to be laying it down very precisely and then going into this check. This is the most important part. As long as that thermal is laid down properly, the board is going to come out with little errors, if any at all. And we have multiple checkpoints to make sure there are no errors, and if it does find anything, that board obviously gets pulled, the machines get recalibrated, and all that fun stuff. But once it comes through here, you got this, and all of these rolls are microchips that are going on the mounts. So they load them up depending what they're making through here. So yeah, this is a decent idea of what is happening and coming out of it. But as you see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers for XR15s. So this is what's running through there and making them, and then we cut them all here to in-house.
I think, you know, with the hobby, there's like 3 different ways you go with it, right? You got the people that are into fish, there's the people that are into corals, and then you got the tech people, right? Like, I think that's definitely a growing thing in the hobby. You know,
what we do best is we give you that control over your technology, because at the end of the day, that is what's keeping your coral and fish happy. So it kind of goes hand in hand, and I find that out. Most people who do tech also like their fish and coral.
Yeah, for sure. And
so that one thing that we have fine-tuned over time, like, yeah, it's all smart, but we keep it simple. So you understand. So if you're a first-time user, you could get in there and you could understand what you're doing to have success. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, giving you the easiest path to success with the best equipment. here is the board that is coming out at the end. She's coming over and picking it up, but I could probably remove it and hand it to her and save some time. So this is again what comes out. That is the board. That's all the solder on the back. And then it moves over here. Testers, obviously not running, but essentially depending on what boards are coming out, they get placed on here and there's a bunch of pin connections and they push them down, they test them and make sure everything is reading properly and working. So every board before it goes out to the production line is getting tested to make sure that it is firing properly.
A lot of quality control, huh? You're constantly,
That's it.
A lot of testing.
Constant checks and balances to make sure everything is firing properly.
Right.
Right here, I think, are those fuges?
Those are fuges.
These are fuge blade clusters.
Okay.
That are being tested. As you see, it's all firing up, making sure everything runs properly.
You know, for everyone watching at home, I think that's a great thing for them to know. You know, a lot of times I feel like sometimes product gets really pushed through the line, right? Like produce, like let's get it out. But this is really cool to see there's like a lot of active testing,
And
checks, quality check. Yeah,
Care
a lot of
behind
care behind it, right? I mean, you guys put out so many great products from all the lines, right? Ecotech, Neptune, and AI. But it's important that each of these products goes through that rigorous process of getting to that point where they're ready to be shipped out, right? All right, we've made it into the next step of this process. I'm blown away. This is crazy. You know, at Top Shelf, we have a little bit of dry product, right? But stacking
Nothing
it
compared
almost
to this.
40 feet tall is really impressive. This is an absolutely crazy facility you guys got going on. So what's happening here? Is this the production lines we got going?
Exactly. So we walked through the warehouse now from SMT. We came out and we are now at the warehouse in production. This is where everything is going to be assembled and put together. So everything comes out there, it's all counted, and we have everything ready to go. You'll see blade clusters here as well. Each individual aisle has its own product and everything laid out already. So depending on the day, on what's on the schedule and what needs to be built, it's going to cycle in, and rather than have to reset everything up, they're just moving to line to line to line to line to save time and make things better.
Do you ever have situations where you got a huge amount of product and you need to bang out of a certain, you know, item? Are you pushing more people over to that production line?
Exactly. They're we have, I think, 2 or 3 managers too on the floor to make sure everything is coming in and getting out and proper, and make sure that we basically keep in stock for every product. So,
are you shipping out of this warehouse as well? Is this where everything's coming out of?
We'll take you to shipping then.
Sweet, absolutely. Let's head over to shipping then. Let's do it.
So we are now in shipping. Basically any finished good that gets boxed come here. Since we have so many products, you got to think of all of our products, all of our accessories, all the different brands. I mean, it is a larger area that they have to pull and pick, but we try making it laid out as efficiently as possible. Here's all of the finished good blades that are boxed up, ready to go. So they're going to come pick depending on what's on what order. And then back in the day, this shelf was basically everything that we had, so it made it easier.
Imagine that.
Maybe 1 or 2 different lines where like some of the accessories that you'd have to come and pick from.
Right.
But since then, we had a lot more product lines come in, different brands that we're manufacturing. So
the growth, right?
Exactly, the growth, which is always a good thing. But these are all going to be the finished goods that are all lined up, picked through. You get all of your accessories too, that are up and down each aisle, that anyone can get.
Right, so these are the products we're getting at our store, right? So these are the finished stuff going on the shelf, right?
These are all the things that are hanging up on the shelf. You got your prime hanging kits here. You got everything laid out by brand, obviously, to make it easier for the shipping managers to pick and know what's going out the door and where to find it.
This warehouse in particular, it's going out to the retails, right? Or are we doing
distributors? We're sending all across the globe for them.
Okay, gotcha. So not going to any private parties. This is just going to be retail.
Exactly,
and
retail
distributors.
Exactly. Our brands as a whole like to go through the retailers, online retailers, and local fish stores. and not sell direct to consumer. Only thing we do is going to be some of these accessories.
For sure.
Just
Little
because
things.
someone might need to pick up here and there. But all the finished goods, the actual products, are going to local fish stores like yourself and online retailers.
Love that. That's so cool. You
and
know,
distributors.
it's
overseas.
crazy seeing this process, you know, like as we've seen, as we make our way through, you know, once again, people forget how much goes into bringing one of these products to their door where they open it up and they get inside, whether it be the packaging, whether it's them making the actual product. There's just so much that goes into this, and you guys have a lot going on in here.
I never get tired of seeing it too. It's one of those things that it's exciting to see from the start to the finish, and it makes you realize, like you said, how much actually goes into it and what goes to getting it over your tank and making sure you have success.
I feel like that brings you guys a lot of pride too, right? Like you get to see the products over systems, whether it be, you know, any tank that is just in a local fish store or a tank at someone's home, or even your tank at home. You know, you get to look at those products and kind of reap the benefits of being able to be like, hey, that's something that I'm heavily involved with, to be able to bring this to the hobby level. It's a really cool thing.
And that is, and it's like you said, it's all done here.
Right.
Which I think is the coolest part. Like, you're not bringing in other things, like obviously some things here and there, but all the manufacturing, designing, planning, everything is going to be made here. We got our receiving, and then we got our service department. This is where all the packages come in and are serviced. Everything is inspected, tried to bring it in. We try to have as fast of a turnaround as possible, but as you know, every single year, new product is being bought, and then when you expand back 20 some years, all that stuff is still in there, so people are buying that second hand, third hand, and then it just gets rolling.
So little does everyone know, but this is where the real magic happens, right?
The real magic. You got all of your departments. You got your service department. They are answering all the calls, answering all the emails. You got purchasing and procurement, who are getting all the stuff to assemble on the board. So a lot going on up here.
For sure, you're going to need a lot of people working with each other to make sure all this is working and
Properly.
going ahead forward in the right direction.
Exactly. Then we got marketing wings here and there. That obviously puts a lot of the stuff out that you're doing. We'll reshare this video
For sure, absolutely. All right, we've made it up to meet up with Jay. Jay, thank you so much for having me. We are in the studio, the Aperture Studio. We talked about 3 brands you guys have here on site. We talked about Ecotech, Neptune, and AI with Cade. We're gonna stop real quick and we're gonna talk about a product that you guys, a new brand that you guys have been putting out that I personally am kind of in love with. All right, we've made our way over to what looks like the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I guess you could call that.
AI and Ecotech products. What do we have here, Cade?
Yeah, this is our showcase in one of our meeting rooms that we basically have. We have the history of a couple of the products here. We want to eventually expand it too as well, but we have some of the early prototypes, some of the early products of all of our companies. You got the early AI Souls, as well down there, some of the early AI mock-ups, some controllers, some Vectra prototypes, as well as some Nero prototypes that we have and we're working on. Some of the original Radions from Gen 1, 2, 3 as well.
I love seeing these cases though, because for me, it's kind of a flashback in time. Like, I know a lot of these older head units, the metal ones, like I've seen these and been around for them, but it's really cool to just see the history of how far we've kind of come, right? Like, I mean, we've truly developed, you guys especially, right? The past 20 years, taking that time to really
groundbreaking technology that really drove the industry to the next level. It's one of my favorite places to sit and just look at all this
For
stuff.
sure. History is always really cool. This industry is rich in history, but I think it's very cool to get your eyes on it and have a setup to kind of remind people when they're in here for meetings and everything, like how far we've come kind of thing, right?
No, for sure.
Thank you for showing me this. This is amazing.
That is our facility. And I mean, I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Seriously, it's really cool. I've been using Ecotech, AI, and Neptune for as long as I can remember. And it's so cool to come into the place where it's actively happening and see it all come together. And I just want to say thank you so much for letting me come through the facility, check it out. Always good to see you. I know we've known each other for a long time now, so it's been a lot of fun. I want to say thank you to you guys for checking out this video. It's been a blast. Give Ecotech, AI, and Neptune a follow on all the socials, all the things. Be sure
Same with Top Shelf if you're not already.
If you guys aren't following us, I don't know what you're doing, right? But be sure to follow along for all the content that we got going on here up north. This has been a lot of fun. We've got a tank install going on. We came here, and then we're gonna end up running out to Polo Reef.
A little different weather.
Definitely a little different weather. I came in without a jacket. I've been freezing ever since I got here.
That was a mistake.
It was. Well, thank you guys again for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future uploads.